Good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome back to the Who That Nation podcast. How you guys are doing on this Saturday evening? Man, it's kind of cold here today. But let's get it. First off, I want to thank you guys, man. My channel has gained 12 subscribers within the last week. Now, that's not a lot for, most people. But for me, that's big to me because I have a small channel, and I want to thank you guys, man, for subscribing and liking and commenting. I've been getting comments, and we've been talking. So I appreciate it all. I appreciate it because with me trying to grow my small channel, man, trying to get it to where I wanted to gain more subscribers and and stuff like that, grow this channel, get it big. And for me, that's big. Anything you do for me, I appreciate it. If you like the video, comment, subscribe to my channel, tell a friend about my channel, anything, I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it because it's hard, man. With this YouTube stuff, it's hard, man, and it's hard trying to gain subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Because people probably come across your video, might not like it. You know what I'm saying? Might like a couple things you say, might just not like the whole video in general. But that just comes with it. But man, like I said, I appreciate you guys for liking. I appreciate everything you do. And man, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it going, man. Let's get this. We're in February right now, man. We got free agency coming up. We got the draft. And before you can blink an eye, it'll be training camp and preseason. So by the time training camp hits, I want this channel to be at 1,000 subscribers. That's just a goal. That's just a goal. We're hoping to grow it more than that. But if we can gain 1,000 subscribers, where I can start going live and doing live chats with you guys, talking, actually, instead of me just recording, just putting a video on YouTube, me going live and talking to you guys. If we could get it to that, I got high hopes for this channel, man. And I'm gonna start another channel pretty soon, where it's not football, but it's gonna be more like we'll talk about sports and stuff like that. But it's gonna be more like real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships, friendships, jobs or stuff like that. Just life in general, man. Like just everyday life. That might be the name of my. I've been trying to think of a name. I might just stumble upon the name right there. Everyday life. We'll think about it. But anyway, Who That Nation, man. Let's get it. I want to talk about a couple of things with you guys today. Not gonna be long, but I want to talk about what now that the Saints have got the coaches, what positions do you think the Saints should address this offseason? Well, what positions the Saints should address this offseason? Now, you got the Super Bowl over with. Next is free agency for the NFL. The next big thing is free agency. So we're gonna I think that's next month. I don't know the exact date, but free agency is finna be coming up soon, man. Now that the now that the Super Bowl is over with and everything like that. So Saints are gonna be working to get under the cap. You know the moves they're gonna make to get under the cap and stuff like that. So I want to just talk about a couple of positions I think they should address, either the free agency or the draft, and it's a list of them. You know what I'm saying? We know the positions they need. Now, starting off, man, you got to address this offensive line. I mean, you got to address your trenches area on both sides of the ball. But we're going to start with the offensive line, man. Don't know how everything was going to work with Ramchick, with his knee and everything. But if I was the Saints, I'll go ahead and draft me a right tackle or a left tackle. You need both. You don't know what's going to happen with Trevor Penning. You got a new offensive line coach, new running back coach. I think they're working on getting a wide receiver coach, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but if I'm not mistaken. But you need to address both sides. You need to address the left tackle position, the right tackle, and possibly guard too. Unless you plan on moving somebody. Unless you plan on moving Trevor Penning to guard. depending on what you do with Andrews Pete, if you keep him or not, which I don't know. I think they should just try to move in another direction, man. We know what Andrews Pete is. He's been hurt a lot, and he's been here a while, but I mean, Andrews Pete just is what he is. So, but yeah, either in the draft or in free agency, you have to get help on this offensive line, because just bringing in the coaches, the new offensive scheme and stuff like that, that's like I said, that stuff is just not gonna work. Just because you have a new scheme in here, and just because you got new coaches, I had already said that. Just because you got the new coaches in the new scheme, it's just not gonna magically turn your offense around. So you got to go out here and get players. And Clint Kubiak and them, they're gonna get together, and they're gonna get everything, you know what I'm saying, all the stuff they need. But they got to address this offensive line. Now the offensive line got better as the season went on. They got better, but in the run game, it just never moved the needle for me. It never moved the needle for me. None during the season. I mean, if you count Taysom Hill, if you were to take out Taysom Hill runs and everything he did for the excuse me, in the run game this past season, what else did the other running backs do? Jamal Williams didn't have a good year. He never got off the ground running. Kamara, up and down. It just wasn't a major factor. Kentrell Miller had a nice last game to the season, but that was it. Nothing really, besides Taysom Hill, nothing in the run game just sparked anything. So if I was them, I would go in a whole new direction. You know what I'm saying? I would draft me a right tackle, and get me a left tackle or something in free agency if I could get one. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you have to address this offensive line. You have to address it. Excuse me. But you have to address this offensive line, and you got to get this running. I do like the running back coach they got, the guy from the Chargers. Austin Eckler has had fantastic season the past couple of years. Now, they didn't sign him to a long-term contract, but he has some excellent seasons. And we know how that 49ers offense is. They like the running backs a lot. Maybe Kamara can have a good year this year, bounce back. Him and Kentrell Miller, Jamal Williams still here. Excuse me, who they nation. But maybe you can get this running game back on track. So that's what I'm gonna do. I would double dip. I would draft me a tackle, and I would find me another one in free agency, or a guard. So in the defensive line, we're gonna go to the defensive line. We know we need help on this defensive line. Man, like the sacks. This D-line wasn't getting hardly any pressure. You had Carl Granderson, who had a damn good year. I think he had like 8.5 sacks. Brian Breesy had a hell of a year, man, for a rookie. Like the way he played. He had like 4.5 sacks. Cam Jordan only had like 2 sacks. You got nothing from Peyton Turner. He was hurt all year. You got nothing from Isaiah Foskey. Really nothing from Passion except that game against the Giants when he had 3 sacks. So I would double dip on the D line, and I would draft me a pass rusher, and I would get one in free agency. Like I said, with the trenches you have, the Saints got a double dip, man. They got a double dip. I know, like, there's other positions on that the Saints team need. Excuse me, this cough. But I know there's other positions that they need, but man, you have to get some pass rushers. You have to get help on this D line, because you seen how the run defense we thought was gonna be a little better. Man, the run defense got worse, and the sacks was so damn hard to come by. Like, they couldn't get out their quarterback. So I'm gonna double dip on the D line. Cornerback, depending on what you do with Marshawn Lattimore, I already said I think the Saints should not trade him. But depending on what you do, you're gonna need. If you let Marcus May go, I think you have a safety with what's the guy's name? I can't forget his name right now. But the rookie Howden. If you let Marcus May go and you want to keep Howden as your main safety with Honey Badger, I think you're kind of good. I think the secondary is the least of your worries right now if you're the Saints. The secondary is the least of my worries. So the main thing is getting trench help, man. Defensive line, offensive line. And maybe you can get another receiver here. Maybe you can get a tight end, maybe. But those are not just, yeah, you could get another tight end, but those are just not big needs upon my list. I just think, depending on what happens, and this is another thing, if you want to get a backup quarterback, depending on what happens with Jameis Winston, which I think Jameis Winston might be gone. Now, I've heard he said that he would like to finish his career here with the Saints. But if somebody offers Jameis Winston an opportunity to compete for the starting job, I think Jameis Winston will take it. So, I don't know. But those are my main positions, Who Dat Nation. Offensive line, defensive line. Because that is where you dropped off the most this year, especially on the D-line. Now, I think the offensive line improved later in the season from what it was in the beginning of the season. But you still need help. Like I said, man, it's cloudy with your tackle position. You're cloudy. Excuse me. But your situation is real cloudy on the offensive line with your tackle positions, plus guard. So I will address the offensive line and the defensive line as my main concern. And I will double dip at both of them. I'm doing free agency and the draft. I got to get better in the trenches. And I think they can use another linebacker as well, speedy linebacker. You might could get one of those in the draft, or you might can sign somebody. Who knows? Maybe you could get some guys from the 49ers, maybe, with Kubiak, you know. So we'll see. We'll see Who Dat Nation. We'll see. Like I said, I hate saying like I said, but it's just a habit. But I would do that. I would double dip on the offensive line and defensive line, because those positions I think you need the most, and they got to get better. Now, what we seen in the Super Bowl and in these playoffs, man, you got to have a good quarterback who can operate your system. You got to have some good running backs. You got to have a good O-line. You have to have a good D-line, man. The Chiefs just won a Super Bowl, man, with a defense that was playing lights out. Lights out. Like stingy cornerback play, good D-line play, man, and that defense never folded. They never folded. So we know what the Saints are capable of. We know they can have a good defense. They have had good defenses in the past. But I think they got some nice building blocks to build up on. But like I said, I think the secondary, you're good if you don't trade Marshawn. Your depth there is good, but you got to get good. You got to get good on the D-line. You got to get faster and younger. You got to get younger and faster on the D-line. It's time to make that switch, man. You got to get one of these fast pass rushers to get after these quarterbacks. Because look at the division you're in with Baker Mayfield. Although he doesn't run a lot, you still got Bryce Young. He can run a little. And I don't know what Atlanta's going to do with the quarterback position. Maybe they get Justin Fields. So you're definitely going to need some faster pass rushers. But that's my those are my positions I think they need to address. I would love to hear from you guys. Comment and let me know what position you think the Saints should target in free agency in the draft. Just let me know. Comment. And man, I appreciate it, Who Dat Nation. I just wanted to do that quick little video today just to talk about some positions I think they need to address in the offseason. I'll holler at you guys on the next video. Y'all try to stay warm wherever you're at. Like I said, it's kind of cold here today, man, and just gonna chill out for the rest of the day. And man, and take it easy, man. But y'all be cool with that nation. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep coming, man. I appreciate it all. Like I said, we finna grow this channel, man. We finna grow this channel, and I can't do it without the help of you guys. So that's it for today, and I'll holler at y'all next week, Who Dat Nation. Y'all be cool. Y'all be easy. This is James. I'm signing out from the Who Dat Nation podcast. Who